from. I came right from Spain right now. Okay, minutes ago.
Just as possibly been told.
Yeah.
And boy, are his arms tired.
Okay. I'm going to reveal stuff here. I'm going to show you stuff that you might or not have already seen, because this year we are constantly having seminars and previews and stuff. But I know that certain information that I'm going to reveal here in the seminar is not said before, you know. I have concept designs, I have also values info about third edition. I will focus later in rules. We will have an open question moment, so you can raise your hand and ask questions. And I have a few surprises also. So yeah. So at some moment I'm going to ask you please not to record certain moment, but it will be fun. Don't worry. And at the end, more surprises. So, but what else can you do? So sorry about my Spanish way of speaking English. I'll try to do my best. Okay. Especially with rules, which is something that has to be explained very well, and sometimes my words might not be enough. Okay. So this is the most recent image that has been published when I was already here in the USA. Well, you can see many stuff here really, because I already made this image, but now has been edited again. New Infinity logo, if you look at it, okay, it's pretty much similar to the previous one, but now this is a new font here for the Corpus Belli words. There was a slightly rethink of the logo. There you might see a different one in the Bishop War theme week that is going to be published on Monday, so you'll see lots of stuff. I'm trying not to step over the information of the Bishop War week, so I'm trying to tell you other stuff here, so when you see the videos you will be interested, okay? And instead of now spoiling the whole thing, and then you have no point to watch them. Finally, because these decisions are being made in those moments, the third edition book will be split in two books. One will have 180 pages, the other one will have 270 pages. Okay, both will be soft cover inside a hard case. Okay. These images are in fact separated figures from a big cover that was made by Alexis MacLeod, which is an artist that was the art director of Magic the Gathering long ago, and now he's a top elite artist, makes video games, all that stuff, but he was friendly with Corpus Belli and decided to go for a cover. So apart from the cover that he made, he liked to get this hacked out of the cover and make this alternative version with these colors, and he enjoyed also getting the anaconda out of the cover and make also that alternative versions. We like that, and we put them as the covers for the two separate volumes. I can tell you that the anaconda didn't have the true profile in any book, I guess. Maybe I'm wrong, but finally it goes into third edition. I will show you the hacked out profile in a moment, so you can see the difference between second edition and third edition with a true profile that you already know. Well, important. The book is going to cost, you know, almost 60 euros. Okay. I don't know if any of you can translate that into dollars.
It's about 75 bucks.
About 75 bucks.
Yeah.
Right.
The second it came on, I looked it up. So it's 75.
Okay. That is without any kind of discount. You know that if you look in the local gaming store, online stuff, sometimes you get very big discounts. Pre-order period, important. I am going to. It's very obvious, but I want to say it because we are in that moment. From October the 3rd to November the 13th. So a month for pre-order, and if you pre-order, you get the authorized bounty hunter, which is, as you know, is Joe with a mask. You know, in his book I have made the bounty hunter without a mask, and you can see this is Joe Hill, right?
Armor 3.
Armor 4. You already have
you
one.
You made your booty roll. Yeah, booty roll.
Okay. With pre-order
Joe
offers.
does have booty.
as I did with Operation Iceland, as I did with the art book, with anything, I will always recommend to get a pre-order because you will have more stuff for the same money. If you are already thinking about getting third edition, get it now. I mean, the pre-order is during October. In November probably will be the book already finished in different languages sent to the printer, and in December the book will probably be shipped to everyone, and so I will promise that everyone, all of you will get the book as a paper reality in your hands in December this year. I Corvus Belli even dare to say that from 8th of December the book will be shipping. Let's say, let's hope that this happens this time. Yeah, no delays and stuff. Because we pre-sold 8,000 copies of Operation Ice Storm. Probably the printing of this first edition of the book will be huge because we are receiving very strong signals of a lot of people interested in the book. So let me show you some stuff here. Well, this image right now is completely outdated, I will say. We experienced a big growth since 2010 because we invested more in promotion, okay, and certain moves from the company helped very much getting the game, especially in the USA, I would say. So the estimated growth for this year is like a 25%. I think that we're going to reach higher than that because of Operation Ice Storm and third edition. But you know, third edition is happening at the end of the year, but Operation Ice Storm happened during the year. So I will say that this is going to be bigger even. This is just an estimated, but that is great, okay? But as you can see, we have 75% growth from 2011 and 12, and that was because we found, you know, the USA market and the UK market become more interested into Infinity. Let's see what I can tell you here. Okay, just to let you know, this is known, but I have to say it again. ITS season 2015 will be the first season played with third edition rules. Okay, there will be a new prize pack winner miniature, and there will be more new missions for the ITS. I've seen a few of those. Some of them are very funny. Yeah, because there is a mission with I think that mission will be in the book, but it's a mission with an armory inside an objective room. So you get inside and you get to the armory, you make a booty roll. So suddenly people is coming out of the room with new weapons and stuff. I have a dog warrior with a sniper rifle. A dog warrior who enter into the room. The room has narrow gates, but in dog face form he could enter. He received an impact during his way, so he transformed into the warrior inside the room and got a sniper rifle. and wasn't able to get out because he was huge, so he was shooting with the sniper rifle. Stuff that happens in Infinity is hilarious constantly. Well, as you can see here, prices, lots of stuff, and a big surprise. Later. So, what else we have here? Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, let's talk about this. Let's show up. Okay, let's talk about this. This is the third edition profile for the Hack Tau. It's incomplete, okay? There are more options, but I'm intentionally not showing them because they involve more layers of the game that I'm not going to reveal today. But if you already know how the Hack Tau 2 profile in second edition is, you will notice stuff here. You will notice that now the Hack Tau becomes 4-4 because most, not all, but most of heavy infantry in third edition become 4-4 movement, okay? Higher CC value, 19, okay? Armor 5, that was already like that, okay? But, well, I would like to have the second edition profile right in hand. You will notice differences. One thing that I noticed that was that this profile had lots of more options, and I got to the panel section of, hey, behave.
He's blocking my shot.
I don't care. I go immediately to the Swiss Guard 2 profile on 3rd edition, and I saw that the Swiss Guard, while it's certain very similar troop, was more simple. And then I looked more at the profiles, and I realized that the Yuching in the heavy infantry in 3rd edition become slightly better or slightly richer in 2 profiles of the heavy infantry compared with the panos. There is a classical, a mythical Infinity fan in the Spanish fan base named Jan Zerker, who was always constantly complaining about if Yuching is supposed to be heavy infantry faction, why Pano has almost the same amount of heavy infantry 2 profiles, why they are so similar. He complained a lot about that. Looking at the 2 profiles lately, I realized that the heavy infantry 2 profiles from 3rd edition of Yuching are better than the Panos, especially in options here in the slots. Okay. So in one of the reveals here, there was said, and this might change, but we're very going into that a Hacktow Hacker miniature is going to be released in this year, in the following months. Okay, and people say Hacktow Hacker. No one uses Hacktow Hacker. You know, it's you know, in 2nd edition it's unlikely. I won't even dare to say that it's going to be an option, a must to have, like, because right now, because 3rd edition changes so much the whole thing, 4.4 and the new hacker rules. Let's see if we will see a Hacktow Hacker in the battlefield. Okay. What I can show you is the 2 profile, but you are not already aware of how the hackers behave and how much power they do have in 3rd edition. Okay, but certain stuff is happening. Looking at the skills, nothing very special. Tio Camouflage, of course, is a Hacktow. Kinematica level 1, that means that if he dodges in air arrow, he will move 3 inches instead of 2, which is the normal basis now for everyone. Even tags. Now everybody, if in 3rd edition you successfully dodge, you will move 2 inches. Doesn't matter your movement value. Okay, it's not more breathing as the half of the first value. No, it's 2 inches. And if you have kinematica, you will move more depending on the level of kinematica. So this guy dodges 3 inches. Okay. Hacktow, multi-rifle and nano-pulsar. The Swiss Guard, which all the Yuching are jealous, doesn't have template weapon, just have multi-rifle, okay? The Swiss Guard doesn't have a DA close combat weapon, and cost pretty much the same, so the Hacktow is better. It's slightly worse in BS, just 1 less point, but much better in close combat, and heavy. I think that has more willpower, because the panel, you know. HNG with nanopulsar, okay. Boarding shotgun with nanopulsar, missile launcher with nanopulsar, new costs, okay. And finally, Hacktow Hacker with these options. What we have here is a 4-4 movement troop. Tio can accomplish missions, lots of chance of survival because of Tio Camo and R5. Template, okay, important there. And with multi-rifle, which is, you know, expensive but is powerful in 3rd edition. And the hacker stuff. And the hacker stuff is much more powerful, okay? So this, the cost is 70 points. So it's like 2 specialists here. You are paying the price of 2 specialists for 1 specialist. But it's a beast. It's almost like a tag who can accomplish missions because of TO and R5. That's a hell to deal with. And close combat is much more effective in 3rd edition. So if trying to deal with his TO Camo, you get into close combat trying to forget about the TO Camo stuff, you are facing a 19cc guy, so this is still serious. So pretty complete guide. But let's see what the community says. Let's see what in the tournament scene of next year people brings this guy on the table or not. You know, because it doesn't matter how much we test the game. Those decisions, the competitive decisions, depend on the community really. More stuff. Later. Just showing this was made for third edition is the Eugene logos were a disaster. Okay, one logo was orange, one logo was white, one logo has this kind of stuff. There was no vocabulary of logos. Okay, so for third edition we decided to make these templates. Okay, so and making all these shapes and bringing all these meanings to the logos, so everything becomes, you know, next time we have to make a logo for Eugene, depending on the sectorial army that it belongs to, it will be easier for us to pull out the logo and make it fit in with all the rest of the logos, you know. So we have here the generic logos for the remotes. Now every remote gets rounded logo because they were all this with the shape. The doctor engineer goes like in this category. State, which is not a sectorial, but sometimes Gutiérrez says that troop has to be a state, not belonging to any sectorial. It's a state. So, for example, the Tiger soldiers, apart that they belong to the white flag sectorial army, the Gutiérrez say no, they have to be a state logo. Okay. Same happens with the Wu Ming, for example. Okay. Apart from being for the Imperial Army, okay, they are prisoners of the state, you know, they have the flag around, the Haktao also from the state. So I'm very happy with the white flag logo, but this is not the final shape inside this logo. We have the Gulan with this wolf. These were, well, we look at real Chinese logos of armies and then pull out our stuff. So some troops of the sectorial army of the white flag will have this kind of logo. The same happened with Invincible, with the heavy infantry. With the heavy infantry of the Invincible army, they will have this same mode and with the different logo on the inside. And Imperial Army and the Japanese will remain the same, because if you look at the Japanese logos, they all are pretty much in the same white and red stuff. The Karakuri, the Ojoroi doesn't need a change because they have their own vocabulary of shapes and colors, okay? We are doing the same, and what I'm going to show you is still work in progress, but we are going to that direction. Well, still work in progress. 3 weeks ago, you know, this is not an outdated image. But we are making logos finally for the combined army. The Sasvasti will have logos, okay? Big reveal, the Sasvasti will have logos. Oh, third edition is much better. Sasvasti will have logos, yeah. Wow. Wow.
Praise the Emperor.
So, having their own color like the other Sasvasti logos, but with different shapes, so we can sell patches.
The truth comes out.
The Morans with the usual vocabulary, at least they have something. You call these the drones, the remotes of the combined army in English, they are drones, right? They have their own logos, and also with the, remember that lines of the usual techno constructs of the EI, now they also have logos, you know. And we have here, these are not the definitive logos, but this will be the Sigma, okay? Sigma, the evil Tohaa, okay? And this also is not definitive, but it will be something similar, will be the Umbra legates, okay? Those guys which are a new race, really, okay? Well, you saw this on the showcase, but I made this photo. I was making photos for the new website that will happen this year, maybe. And I found the never released Gulan with HNG, and I took the chance of making a photo to this guy because, you know, it's weird stuff. We had at some point last year made a Gulan with MCNG. We even had the production mold made, we even have the painted copy, but at the last moment we decided no, we're not going to release this miniature because while the human figure is okay, the gun is huge and it's making everything, it's destroying the whole thing. So it's a painful move for the company, but hey, by that time we knew that we were already working in making boxes of line infantry with all the weapons. So this was not a good decision artistically, and as a company releasing a blister with an HNG when we are now getting into boxes that fulfills the true profile. So, you know, not released, but all the work already done, not released, you know, painful. But now we have a much better Gulan with an HNG. I like very much the one from the box, so this ends up being something strange, weird, lost in time. If I take you here to the Gulan true profile, yeah. Come on. This is the new dossier of the Gulan infantry with the new weapons that were redesigned. Very Dragunov style sniper rifle, the usual rifle, the new HNG. Okay. Male version is there. And I made this photo. Like, stuff like that. I had the chance of having well, I brought here, they are in the showcase, the 3 miniatures. But it was fun to you know, how is that line? The third one is the best, or something like that you have.
Third time's the charm.
Three times. That's it. So if we look at the box, I brought all of them, yes, in the showcase. The new Gulans are much better. They are in 3D, so they were sculpted in 3D. So that will be made if at some point we want to remake. I don't know if this is going to happen. But if we want to remake a Hacky Slam starter pack, generic, the one that has the 3 basic Gulans, now we have them sculpting in 3 dimensions. It will be easy to pull out 3 new basic Gulans. But I love the ones from the original starter. I will, especially the girl is lovely. But you know, we have that already done. And the thing with 3D sculpting is that every previous model can be the base for something new. The terracotta soldier came out from the Sunse school. Apart from there were different designs, but a good miniature can be also the mannequin for the next good miniature, so that's fine. Maybe we can pull new Nafatuns or new Halkas or new, you know, whatever out of this one. So nice, as what happens with the Fusiliers, you know. Okay. Choose.
That's not actually sure.
Man, there's a lot.
Top secret.
Top secret.
Top secret.
Yes. Okay, top secret. The thing that was less seen, the most uncommon thing here will be the roll dog, I guess.
Oh. That is freaking cool.
The roll dog is a new medium infantry for the Morat army, and they have these things here. Okay, these boots.
Rocket boots.
Super jump. Okay, so you have a Morat with missile launcher and super jump.
Okay. Oh my.
So
No, Tim.
Flying monkeys.
So the joke, you know, there are 2 fancies smoking a cigar, and suddenly on the horizon over the building, rock. Boarding shotgun, HNG, and as a medium infantry, this mannequin and this 3D school, we can pull out new Jaugats out of this also. So that will be interesting also. More stuff. Choose.
Swallow.
Squirrel.
Spawn.
Squirrel, 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 squirrel. Here it is. This is the dossier. The Squalo has the same basic body as the Jotun and the Dragaos, okay? You have there the 3D renders. So this, I guess, is for this year because it's already made. So it's just printing, making the production molds, Angel painting the miniature, and the photos will reach in. Because I work in the photos and stuff, for me the work is done when the miniature is painted, so I can take the photos and publish the photos. Once I publish the photos, for me it's done, you know. So I totally forget about the rest of the work, which is really delivered in the product. No? So I usually say this miniature is for November, for example, but people will get it in December. But I just thinking about my timeline, you know. So another panel tag, you know. They have not enough. And people is crazy about the Seraph, Gulan, Tikbalan, and Tony Macayana.
Woo, Tony!
Yeah. Still, you know, 4 tags to happen, you know. I know that at least the Seraph will be separately in a box because it's the Seraph with an outbox. Well, time is passing. Jose Luis Roche is learning 3D. In fact, no one noticed the transition with the Tohaa from traditional sculpt Tohaa to 3D sculpt Tohaa. The Kotail, the Rasail, and the Nikoul are being made in 3D sculpting, and no one noticed. So I think that Jose Luis went in a very soft transition from 3D to traditional, and that's good. That's a good feature. I mean, I mentioned the Rasail. Do you know what the Rasail are? Maybe not. So I'm going to show you.
Stunning.
Rasail boarding team. So these are a new box of miniatures for the Tohaa, okay?
Very similar.
They have similar armor, yes, and they are synchronized with the Chaksa. So they are like auxiliaries, okay, but with Chaksas, you know. They have the co-synchronized rule. If they have the co-synchronized rule, then they cannot make fire teams, okay? One thing or another.
Yeah, Scythian armor. That's horrifying.
And there is this chance of having an Exalt-themed army of the Tohaa that might happen in the future, but you know, this kind of troops that comes with a synchronized Chaksa goes in that direction, okay?
Pay an extra 100 for that thing. Yikes.
Well, you already know this lady. Dactyls. Who, here from all of you, who plays Aleph Greek themed Sectorial Army?
Woo!
2, 3. So this neutral profile, I don't know if probably has been published as second edition version because for this year everything still has to be second edition, but the third edition to profile is this one, probably very similar.
Can we see that profile one?
Yes, yes, yes.
I got a game next Saturday.
So for movement, I guess that the Thoracidae, which are a little similar, is like 4-2. So for accomplishing missions, this one. I know that there is an Enomotarchos miniature, an Enomotarchos hero for the Dactyls. The name is Acmon, not Agamemnon. In the forums they are saying Agamemnon. It's Acmon, A-C-M-O-N. Okay. time for getting into the wiki and see who was that guy.
Craftsman in the word.
Dog skill, very important because dog is much better in 3rd edition. Dog works like no